Loving the music there. Loving the music there. Broadcasting live to you and yours. It's your boy, Too Tall for You Fool, aka Justin Reed, or Justin Reed, aka Too Tall for You Fool, whatever you want to call me. And you are watching or listening to another episode of the Game & Watch podcast. This is episode number 75. We are making our way to episode 100, just 25 more to go. I am joined by my fabulous co-host once again. First, we have Matt, Matt the Educator, or Matt Bliss Pod, as he's going by now. How you doing, Matt?
Good. I'm trying to rebrand because I'm a podcaster now because I haven't been for the last year or so, I guess. But yeah, that is my new Twitter handle, my new Instagram handle, and from there I hope to centralize and disseminate all these various podcasts I'm on. And quick plug, Teaching Culture Cast episode went out this morning, episode 10, and it's actually a mashup between a teacher from the US and myself. So really good discussions there if you're curious to hear the differences between Australia and the US. Sorry, shameless plug there, but look, I've got to talk about it.
All right, and then of course, my main man, the F-Man, RView Gaming OVG himself, the mastermind behind it all, Finest Dabs. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. I'm still a little bit excited about Matt exterminating all over the place.
I'm sorry. Disseminating?
Oh, disseminating. There we go.
Well,
Yeah.
he's the educators.
Disseminating, not disseminating.
He's the educator, so he was going to correct you on that one, Finest. And then Ted Ed. There he is, the Tedador. He is here. What's going on, Ted? Getting your camera on?
Yo, wait, hold up. Camera is coming.
Camera's coming.
Everybody.
This is the guy who walks in at the back of the classroom and says, "Oops, sorry, teach. Just
don't mind me. Hey, what's up, everybody?
What up, man? You're having a good night tonight, man.
What's
all right.
good?
How's it going, Ted?
Delay. It's going well. It's going well, fellas.
All right, sounds good. So today on the show, we're going to talk about the Nintendo Direct, and it was loaded, let me tell you, but we're going to get into all that in just a moment. But first, before we get into that little icebreaker, just want to remind you that the Game & Watch podcast is a RV Gaming or OVG production. For your viewing pleasure, we stream on Facebook Live, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. For your listening pleasure, we are on all listening platforms. Wherever you can listen to a podcast, we're there. And we have a Patreon. Support us. Anything donated to us will make the show a better show for all of us. So now with all that out of the way, how's y'all's week been?
I've released some podcasts. I don't know about you guys. I'm just dropping them all over the place, disseminating them.
Yeah, I love the good dissemination. What could I say? I've been sick. I've still been recovering. So
you're still recovering?
You got that Rona?
No Rona, but
Did you get tested?
I got tested twice.
Oh, good.
Because I've been sick for the last 2 weeks. So I just been having like all this up here in the head, and yeah. But I've been playing games, so working and playing games. So I'm happy. How about you guys?
My wife was sick and my kid was sick. Surprisingly, I haven't gotten sick yet, but I haven't been sleeping very well because I've had to move to the guest room. But
yep, quarantine yourself. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
the way of the world these days.
They don't have the Rona, but I mean, I don't like being sick, so You gotta do what you
So
gotta do,
it's not
man.
self-imposed quarantine. You're like, get out of my life until you're good.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I
It's
don't
just,
want your germs.
yeah, it sucks, but I mean, yeah, just yeah, I'm not trying to get sick if I don't have to, you know. So
For sure.
Yeah, I remember the
same.
first time the Rona, I had like 5 Ronas and they made me sick, but they were so good.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, we are talking about Corona, right?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's
Sorry.
about family.
It's about family. It's about family. No, man. What's I've just been working, just been crazy. But you know, life is good. A little bit of time here and there for games. Mr. Matt and I have kind of been chatting up the God of War stuff. We'll chat about a little more about that later. Finish it up tonight, actually. So yeah.
yeah, yeah, and I know,
Nice.
yeah. Oh, yeah. This is the first time you both have been on a show together, so I'm
I
interested.
know.
I'm interested in how this turns out.
It's gonna be terrible. I already don't like him.
I already got the
Yeah.
mute button ready.
That's what happens with pen pals. You know,
I know,
it's
right?
really nice writing. The calligraphy is excellent, but then you meet them and they're like haggard and they look homeless. And
Never
you
meet
know.
your heroes.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah. Never meet him. All right, so let's get into our first story for today, and it is with a console that quite frankly, may never come out, and I just find this hilarious. I found it hilarious from the get go. It's the Intellivision Amico, and this thing was announced almost 4 years ago now, and it still has not come out, and they're about to going to ask for more money. I mean, Tommy Tallarico steps down as CEO. I guess he's still with the company, but they bring in some other dude who, I forget his name, but I guess he worked on the. And Ted, you might know more than this. The Chameleon or the
Mm-hmm.
yeah. He was the CEO of that company, which was like a total like rip off.
Oh, Tommy, there he is.
Yeah, there he is. Yeah, I can't believe we're actually
Charisma.
giving this story the time of day, but I figured, it's gaming news. Let's talk about it because there probably are some people who invested into this, and it's just gonna be a lot of pissed off people and just. But there are YouTube channels like dedicated to this thing, and like I mean, he was like really like on it like in the beginning, but now it's like you look at the games that was for this thing, like a lot of them could be played or similar to games that can be played on other consoles. So I mean, I've spoken enough. What do you guys think?
I think he was driving an experience. He like everything about this has seemed unrealistic from the beginning. I think the sentiment at the time when he talked about the idea, people were like, "Oh, okay, there's something here." Some people might want this, a family-based console that is very easy to use. It's back to the old days of nostalgia where you just pull out the console and play it instead of waiting for that 60 gigabyte download. But as time has worn on, despite Tommy's charisma, it's just gradually picked off the pieces into something that just looks ridiculous.
Well, I'm going to show you guys what I think. It's my late night. I got to get my calories in because I got to eat and build these LBs. My wife just brought me some food, so this is what I think about Tommy's stuff.
Uh-oh.
That's it. Nothing.
That's it.
For the audio listeners, just a bite full of food, no comment.
We are now doing AMSR.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't a segue for our Nintendo
Yeah,
segment.
no, it's just
about a mouthful.
Just a big mouthful of just food. Just there's nothing to say about it. It's just it's not gonna happen. It's a flop. They only have 6,000 pre-orders. It's not going to. That's it.
I thought it was funny. They put out the games before they even put out the console.
Yeah,
what kind of
6,000 pre-orders. They're asking for $5 million in the short term, $10 million in the long term.
Yeah,
they have $400,000. They have $400,000 in the bank, and their first $800,000 has to go to a loan shark investor who they promise money to directly first. So it's not happening. That's it.
They got runway till July. Apparently, they can run that out without selling anything, and then at that point, they're going in debt collection mode.
Yep. It's all right. It's a fail. I mean, whatever.
I mean, just looking at this
anyone thought
video,
it was
though,
coming
they're
out,
so happy. Look at just how happy these people are playing it.
because that was 5 years ago.
Oh man, this is like
Yeah,
a cross
yeah.
between like the Apple TV, like
it's
like the
whatever.
Play,
I mean,
and like I don't know, just a bad Android phone. Like I don't know.
Did
Yeah.
anyone have any expectations for this? Like, who
Looks
cares?
the controller looks
Whatever.
like a Zoom player, if you remember those.
It looks like the old Intellivision controller. If you guys had the old Intellivision controller, it had the number dials and it had the turny thing on it. Like that's what Intellivision had. Like they're trying to riff on that. So it's whatever. Like I get my gas factor is this, which is my
you can play these similar games on your Android phone or Apple iPhone
on your TI-84 Plus.
Those were the times.
I mean, all these guys had experience in like major experience in the game industry. So just like the fact that they could not read the room like prior to investing all this time and effort into trying to get this console out, it just baffles my mind.
Yeah.
It's going to be one of those stories that we look back on and we think, yeah, that was not a good choice. Like a bunch of ET cartridges just dumped in a landfill somewhere. It'll get unearthed
somewhere.
Again, it's whatever. Hopefully, we never have to hear about it again. Out of sight, out of mind. It's like there's been way more bigger flops out there, or or bigger things. Remember the freaking Wonder Swan and all these other type. Like there's all these other things out there that I mean, even the Ouya has more pop than this thing. Who cares about that? Did anyone ever think this is going to be a thing? Like it's
someone did, because obviously they're in debt.
Well, I'm saying, but you gotta think they've done like 6 rounds of funding for 5 years. I mean,
yeah,
cool. It failed.
All right. I think we've talked about this enough. You know what? It was news. I figured we'd talk about it just for a little bit. And if anyone pre-ordered this thing, I'm sorry, but I don't think
all 6,000 of you. I'm sorry, but I'm not. You should have known.
Yeah, just know better next time. All right. Microsoft, they are saying that they will not monopolize Call of Duty and other Activision IPs. They have said that, look, they plan on agreeing to the PlayStation contract and going beyond, even perhaps as far as even getting more of the games on the Nintendo Switch as well. What are your guys' thoughts on Microsoft? Do you think they'll keep promises, or are they just saying this to not have the FTC block this acquisition?
It's not the FTC. Like, I think we talked about it the last couple of weeks. That isn't going to be much of a problem. I think it's literally just one of those hurdles you have to cross. I think the big thing is the conspiracy. Like, everybody's trying to unpack this statement and find the gaps where Microsoft can turn around and go, oh, but we said that back then, not this. And this is different. So we can have this exclusive on Microsoft Game Pass, but we don't have to fulfill our obligations based on that one thing we said to the media that one time. And a lot of people think that it'll be this Call of Duty series that is supported in perpetuity, but further titles maybe won't be supported or multi-platform. And they're throwing the word Nintendo around a lot at the moment, aren't they? They're really keen to try and tap that market.
I mean, the biggest thing here, like, nobody knows. Like, everybody chill. Like, the thing is, Microsoft is smart. Phil Spencer is smart. Like, they know what they're doing. Look at just this last 5 years. Look what they're doing. So if they're not going to shoot themselves in the foot, they're going to, quote, honor their contracts. And then when it's ripe, then they're going to make it exclusive when it makes sense. Like, it's just how it's going to be. Like, we all know it's going to happen at some time. It's probably not going to happen in the near future. Game Pass is a juggernaut. They want everything on Game Pass until they get that subscriber numbers. They were already talking about doing their streaming onto the Switch. Remember, like 2-3 years ago, they were talking about that. Then all of a sudden, this little thing called the pandemic happened and weird stuff got derailed. But it's already there. So cool. I mean, this is all speculation. Everybody just relax. The RELAX, relax. Like, it's gonna happen. Like, yeah. Like, but we also don't know. Like, Microsoft's gonna do big things, and like there's be this whole consolidation snap up of everything. It's going to happen. We just got to let the landscape, let it all settle down. And even if it is exclusive, you'll still be able to play it on Game Pass, on PC, on your Xbox. You won't have it on your PlayStation. Bummer, but you'll figure it out.
Yeah, I mean,
the funny thing though, the PlayStation fanboys are really coming out hard at the moment with all the releases. They're saying, well, look at all these exclusives. PlayStation doesn't need to acquire anyone else for consolidation. I think it's the rhetoric among consumers that's really taken the headlines. So
yeah, exactly.
No, you're totally fine. Yeah. The FTC and the Justice Department, they look into every acquisition, through big tech companies and things like that. I don't think it's going to be an issue, but I think Microsoft, by making this comment, they're very much getting out ahead of it, and they're just ensuring that there's no issues. Because generally when these things happen, nothing is said. Like, it's just something that happens in the background, and then it's like, oh, okay, like this company is now these two companies are now one company. So the fact that Microsoft even announced this acquisition prior to it going through is a little weird in itself. But everyone does need to relax. Microsoft very much is going to do whatever is in favor of them and their checkbooks. So it's kind of
right now, actually, Microsoft is surprisingly, I can't believe I'm saying this, is doing a lot of things that's in favor of consumers right now. I'm gonna be real. I agree with what you said. They're gonna do it with the checkbook. It's always the bottom line. But a lot of this stuff is matching up well with consumer sentiment. So it's they're doing things the right way. And as a PlayStation fanboy, I guess, not even a PlayStation owner all the way through, never had an Xbox until the newer one. Microsoft is doing it right. Phil Spencer he's a G. They're going to be fine.
That's the thing. This is very much a reaction to them messing up in last generation. They weren't playing the nice guy before, but they had to win the consumers over. So in order to do that, they've been playing the nice guy role for all these years, and now they very much are just hey guys, I'm your best friend, Uncle Phil here, I'm gonna take care of you, and they're gonna continue to do that so they keep on people keep on buying into their ecosystem.
Do you guys think that the Games Pass app goes to the Switch eventually?
Look, I don't think Game Pass. I think their xCloud will though.
xCloud, okay, that makes sense.
Game Pass, I think. Okay, yeah. Let me take that back. In the next year, no, because the Switch will break. We're going to talk about Switch, and I'm still going to put it out there. The Switch is whack. But anyway, the Switch will break. What Game Pass games can you play on that? It'll explode. So eventually,
cloud gaming.
Exactly. The xCloud is on there. Eventually, a Game Pass on the next Nintendo console, absolutely, and probably Game Pass on a PlayStation 5 one of these days.
Oh boy! I think you're pissing off all the PlayStation fanboys out there, but I see it happening too. I do see it happening. I think we've been talking about MLB the show a lot lately, and just buying a Nintendo game with the PlayStation logo on it, isn't that crazy? So I mean, I do see all of it.
Sonic broke the mold on that.
Oh, yeah.
Sonic broke the mold 15 years ago when he appeared on a Nintendo platform. Everyone was like, oh, can you imagine that in 1994 being like, oh yeah, Sonic is going to be on Nintendo? Like,
on the GameCube.
Yeah, can you imagine that? If you would have said that to a Nintendo fanboy?
Yeah, Sega fanboy? Both of those companies didn't have choices. I mean, Sega didn't have a choice, and neither did Sony in the matter, and bringing these games over to other consoles. So yeah. I mean, you're gonna have to twist Sony's arm very much, or present them with a pretty convincing argument in order to.
It's called Game Pass. That's the argument right now.
I think you're gonna have to twist their arm because
we still have yet to see what Spartacus has to offer. However, more or less than Game Pass that it intends to offer. It may be changing as time goes on.
My nerddom here for my and you as a fellow tech guy, my fellow cloud supporter here, Sony's platform uses Microsoft Azure, so their cloud gaming is going to be hosted in a Microsoft cloud, and then it's so ancestral. There's 5 companies in the world, okay? They all do it. It's whatever.
I was going to say 3. Like there really aren't that many cloud support platforms.
Well,
for
no,
it.
I'm saying 5 overall companies in the world. There's Disney, there's Tencent,
gotcha.
there's Google, Amazon, and Meta, and that's it. And everybody else and Microsoft, and they own everything. So
eventually, what you're saying is, eventually, one of these days, there will be one company that will just make all the games.
No, I'm just saying that with this, everyone's scared about this consolidation. No, I'm saying that if you think about it, like it's already Sony uses Microsoft's cloud services for their everything. That's what they use. When they do a Game Pass competitor, Microsoft's like, sure, build it on our platforms. Yeah. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They're still getting paid. So.
And there are people that wonder why Amazon is so prolific as well. Like, they sell products to everyone, but then Amazon Web Services goes down and half the planet's websites die for that period.
Yeah,
that's where that's
what I'm certified in is AWS. So I know a little bit is there, but I know AWS like very well. And it's they don't understand that Amazon does the product stuff, but their bread and butter, what they're really focused on for the future is cloud services, period. That's what it is. And so like Microsoft's like, hey, Sony Spartacus, make it as robust as you want. Like, we'll pay for all the service. Yeah, bring it on. Bring it.
It's really amusing take. I like it.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so moving on, we're going to talk some more NFTs here and taking it away. Oh, yeah. And taking it away with the NFTs, since he really wanted it on the show notes this week, Matt, take it away.
Out there. Look, if you've watched the last few episodes, I'm a fan of talking about the metaverse and NFTs. I'm a bit of an optimist in that space. I believe there's something behind the curtain going on that's going to be an advantage for gamers at some point. But Ted's sentiment there is like right on the money for anything to do with games. People don't want anything to do with it.
No, anything NFT is disgusting to me.
Yeah, it's well. Look, let me throw a few things that have happened this week at you. So Ubisoft.
I'm listening.
One of the big ones that I'm keeping an eye on because they are doubling, tripling, quadrupling down on their court service being the thing. They have very clearly stated in very few words, the gamers don't get it. They are going to continue to offer NFTs.
That's a direct quote.
That is exactly what they said. And they've reflected that sentiment with their employees as well, where their bonuses...
They paid them,
They paid them in their own personal NFTs on the court's platform within Ubisoft. And I don't think anyone asked for them. I don't think any of the employees have shared any great desire to be part of the blockchain in that sense. The sentiment in the public is pretty much the same as in the studio.
Could you imagine going to work and someone's like, you're expecting your bonus to go on vacation with like your wife, your family, and your boss comes on your desk, puts a bunch of marshmallows. Hey, this is our new product. Here, you can pay your bonus in marshmallows. You're like,
I would be pissed.
You can at least eat marshmallows. We're at Tedita Industries. You've printed your own Ted Bucks on the HP P4015 in the back corner and given them to them as a bonus and said, hey, here you go. Let's you can spend these at the vending machine over there.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of pictures of like the CEO of Ubisoft, just a bunch of pictures and stack them. There you go, have them. They're your NFTs. Oh Lord.
Yeah. Your staff passes that get you into the building will have hexagons around them now. And they'll look like apes.
Ooh. NFTs. Garbage, cash grab, dumb, all the above. The only use I can see for an NFT-like solution, which has nothing to do with the NFT itself, because right now the NFTs currently in their current iteration and state is, digital art, literal, anything that's ephemeral that you can't actually hold and purchasing a piece of, which you could easily get yourself, all these other things. But the thing that I think the only uses in gaming, we're going to separate all the other garbage I think about it, but in gaming, a use case because of the blockchain, because of all these different methodologies that you can use, I think there is a way in gaming, I'm not going to figure it out, I'm not going to waste my time, to be able to finally sell and have an actual digital marketplace for digital good. So digital armor and those things that actually make sense, that are safe, that can be put on the blockchain, that are encrypted. That is a way where this piece of armor can go from this person, or this card, or digital, anything in gaming can be paid. And so like that, the original owner can get paid for it. There's a way to do that. That's the way I think of it, some kind of digital marketplace. But as far as like these auctions for NFTs trying to drive up the price, all that garbage, no. But that's the only way I think of NFTs being a viable solution for anything, because you don't want the Diablo 3 money thing when that released, right? We don't want anything that happened, because that was just a trash fire. Or like all these gold farmers and WoW doing all these things. Wow, Blizzard and Activision having problems with their marketplace. It's weird.
Being focused around money.
Yes, but when you have NFTs, then I think there's a way. If it doesn't have to be, maybe it's just the blockchain. I don't know. I'm not going to waste some time to figure it out, but that's the only time I can think of some kind of solution. But other than that, like NFTs in general are just, I don't need a digital picture. I'm gonna go right click, save as.
Yeah, just put it in your nice home folder to look at later. Look, this kind of leads into my theory of things, that there is a use case, there is something that works, there is a way to use the blockchain, whether it's digital scarcity and ownership, or whether it's authentic and non-scammable transactions, whatever it might be. It can be the backbone of pretty much anything. But the only way that these companies can get at that moment is to be able to show that there is value and profit in it for the people to support it. And currently, the only way to make money is to promote digital scarcity, to promote ownership, and to show that everybody can make money when you sell these around. And the whole impetus for making money off NFTs is that people keep selling it to each other, which doesn't work in games.
Because it's a closed ecosystem right now, so people are selling it to each other. It's like,
but that's what Ubisoft has said. They're like, you guys don't see it, but when you're done with a game and you've bought all these NFTs for stuff, you can sell them and make your money back.
Right.
And then the creators get a little bit.
That's exactly what I was saying. That's the only thing I could see a possibility down the line. But
currently, they're only seeing dollar signs. That's where the problem is. And gamers don't like seeing dollar signs for anything, including microtransactions, which is, they're not even loot boxes. You know exactly what you're buying. And then there's the problems with the environmental impact, all that stuff.
All the stuff. All the things.
It is a very big space. And I feel like I always need a platform to talk about where we may be having a conversation about this in 5 years, when we were like, hey, Ubisoft, you remember when they existed and they were pushing courts? Pfft, terrible. Also, I gave Ted my horse armor last week, and he gave me a little bit of money for it. 10% went to the guy who modded it. Yeah, it was great. He really enjoyed it. That might be where we end up. But currently,
I see the wheels turning. I see the wheels turning.
I
see him. I see his face.
I've already kind of said my piece on this episodes ago, but I mean,
I'm right there with you, bro. It's just, I can't.
This is a season pass model, like very much of the way I see it. You can earn, you play to earn, or you have an item, you potentially want to sell. Hey, that you have to have an ecosystem behind the game in order to sell games. If no one's playing the game, no one's gonna buy things, NFTs, whatever that is, in order for you to make your money back. How often or how long do people really support games? And not all games can be supported for extended amounts of time. So, I mean, unless I made my point the other week, unless like all companies are working to one ecosystem, if you have all these individual companies working on individual spaces and their own NFTs and their own blockchains, then if it's not going to come together, then it's not going to be a realistic, it's not going to be viable for anyone really.
This is the problem with the metaverse in the gaming space as well. What they're trying to sell with the metaverse is that you can do that. That don't worry, you can throw your Minecraft diamond sword into World of Warcraft and use it there. But none of the game developers are going, who's going to do that?
Yeah,
who's going to program a diamond sword?
You want to pay us extra to do that? Like, no, like we're already on a crunch. You're going to add another thing on our freaking Trello board? No, we're good.
Yeah.
And with that, I'd like to, before it becomes a referendum on NFTs, which nobody likes to listen to, as we've well discussed, bringing it back to the articles yet again. We've also got Team 17, developer of Worms. The employee sentiment with them after
they
the
do a lot
company
of stuff. Team 17 does everything. Yeah.
They do a lot of things, and apparently NFTs is one of those things. At least they had it for, up for
they
about
walked it
24
back
hours.
3 different times. Here. They ping ponged like 3 times.
But the employees apparently weren't consulted about it, and this brings up the interesting part of the conversation with NFTs, where the company is deploying them, making money off them, but how much of that money makes its way back to the actual developers, the people who are generating these?
Oh yeah, especially if I'm a digital artist. So if I program that thing, am I getting the whole Spotify treatment, 0.003% of a penny, like per download?
Brings us back to the Ubisoft thing, where they're probably trying to grease the wheels and say, here's an NFT. This is what it's like to receive payment in blockchain after your products are sold to users of our platform.
Yeah, take a bite of air.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
you get 0.000000001 of a Bitcoin every time someone buys this horse armor, for example.
Sweet. Yeah. Here's another example. The last example I'm going to throw out there. Having worked in it before, it's a little thing that we like to call esports. Has anybody figured out how to monetize esports yet? No. 2 companies. There is, based on 2 games. There is the international, and then there's the league championship. That's it. Like the NFT, or excuse me, the esports bubble, and everyone trying to monetize esports going to be, man, nothing. I worked for ESL in 2016 as a director of league operations for North America, like the biggest esports company in the world. No one knew how to do it then. No one knows how to do it now. It's the same thing. It's just a bubble. It's going nowhere at this point. Everyone's putting the cart before the horse, the egg before the chicken, or whatever you want to say. The chicken before the egg. It's just whatever, man. And then you have people, artists, like in like the traditional artists, like artwork, and you have musicians and all these other things doing NFTs that are like soiling the water in there. So they're doing their own space of NFTs, and everyone's just cramming NFTs in the games. It's just, so NFTs are everywhere, and so now they're nowhere. So garbage.
Agreed. It's a crazy thing. Everything's a bubble. It's all about the money. The tech always comes before the ethics. It's just the way things go. But I can tell already we've talked too long about NFTs. Something that was meant to be a glancing blow.
I'd rather talk longer about NFTs than more than 5 minutes on the Intellivision and Miko. So
I'll remember you said that.
All right. Our next story, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge, a game I'm very excited about this year. When's it coming out? I don't know.
Probably end of summer.
I'm hoping sometime before August or in August, but we'll see. August.
I may have some information.
You may have some information. Really? You know someone behind this game?
Maybe.
All right.
Hot scoop.
Yeah. Well, a while back, April O'Neil was introduced as one of the characters for the game, aside from the 4 turtles, and now we're getting a 6th character, and I predict that this is going to be Master Splinter.
That's going to be awesome, and I love.
That's not a tough prediction.
Yeah, I know, but I love, dude. This game looks good. Now, my only thing is, it's gotta feel good, because I'm gonna go back to, I like Battletoads, and that Battletoads beat 'em up came out 2 years ago. If you played it, it feels like air. Like you push a button, you can't even. There's no contact. It's floaty. It feels like crap. If this feels good, if it feels like impactful when you hit the enemies, combo breaking, if it feels good, the way it looks is just awesome. And now that they're adding additional characters besides the turtles, makes it awesome, and it makes it, maybe they can like fill out a roster. I mean, I'd pay for some DLC for like season pass to get like Casey, and that'd be so sick.
They gotta do them next.
Yeah, Casey, like wouldn't that be sick to get like everybody, and get like, yeah, I would totally be down for a bunch of DLC characters, or have like a roster of like 12 characters in this game, because obviously the old Turtles game you play as the Turtles, like that's what you did. But the fact that they added April and Splinter with with actually really different move sets, which really looks really good. Like it's very, very cool. So I think it's rad.
I mean, I think looking back on the old cartoon show, like I was surprised that Splinter wasn't playable in any of those games because he could fight. You know, if you watch those old cartoons, yeah. So, but you know, they always made it about rescuing Master Splinter or rescuing April O'Neil. Now they join you, so I mean, I think that's totally awesome.
Yeah, no, I mean, this game, it's very much modeled after Turtles in Time. So I'm super excited about this game. This is going to be legit. IGN did an interview with the developers a little while back, and so they asked them about like what other characters are going to be in this game, and you know they asked like, is it going to be Splinter going to be in it? They're like, no comment. Is April going to be in it? No comment. So we know there's. Now this has already been confirmed, obviously, because we're seeing Splinter here, and April was already announced. But they're gonna have more characters, and like I don't know how many characters are gonna be like in the regular roster, but yeah, as Ted was saying, like just DLC, keep on bringing the characters. Like let me play some villains also, you know, which would be completely
Leatherhead.
I mean the Leatherhead, Baxter Stopman,
obviously Bebop and Rocksteady, you know,
Metalhead,
for sure.
Razor,
Metalhead for sure, like Metal Turtle.
Yeah.
Yep.
Toka, Razor.
They would just be brutes.
And then maybe they'll bring the neutrinos or Lutrino. I forget.
Those Vanilla awesome. Ice.
Yeah. Vanilla Ice.
I wonder if they could get that music for this game. That would be absolutely incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys lost me Jr. like 10 minutes ago.
Really? Come on, man.
It's okay. I was lost when you were talking about NFTs. So this
Same here.
That's why I'm just staying quiet.
If they put Ernie Reyes Jr. in this, I would be on cloud 9.
Yeah, there was that samurai rabbit, and then there's also the frogs that they had.
Oh yeah, they're named
like
evil.
They're basically Battletoads. Yeah.
So Matt, wait, are you just not familiar with the game, or you just have no affinity for Turtles?
I was onto the consoles too late to be able to pick up the game. Australia suffered a little bit.
But you know Ninja Turtles, right? You watch the cartoons and stuff, right? Okay.
I would have seen it when I was younger, but I think it was just a little bit outside the wrong time for me.
Yeah, because I think you might be younger than us, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So that you probably just missed you. They were a little bit too old. Still, Turtles are sick.
I mean, the games are notoriously hard. I mean, the early games.
The first one especially. The first one was very hard.
The first one was hard, as in like the old school games are. But like, dude, Turtles in Time. You ever played that in an arcade? Dude, you go through $40 for that.
Oh yeah, so many quarters.
Easy.
I had it on the Super NES though. And,
of course. I played it in the arcade a bunch, and then we would only like play it on like Nickel Day, or sort of like you get 5 plays for a quarter. They would set everything to 5 plays, and then that would still take like $8 between my friend and I, like to get all the way through the game. You know, so it's like $16. You know, or I mean, multiply with 8. Where did I get that? That's $40. Yeah, Nickel Day.
My struggle with the game on Super Nintendo was there was no save states. So like I would literally leave my console on for like a week.
Yep.
Until like I can get back to it. In order to play it again. Like my Super Nintendo was always on.
Yeah, I know. For me, well, I was actually playing this game fairly recently, and I beat it. I beat it on hard too in one full swoop all by myself. So Turtles in Time.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So I mean, but the other 2 games, the arcade game for the NES and
Turtles 3.
Yeah, Turtles 3. Yeah, the Manhattan Project. Yeah, those are some pretty hard games unless you use a Game Genie code. Then it's just like drink a beer, kick back, just play, you know. But
Turtles in Time, you can memorize that so well. Like, I mean, it's not that long of a game. It takes 40 minutes to beat. You know, like
it's pretty easy.
You can rock and roll. I mean, obviously it'll suck your quarters up pretty good, but like if you played through it a few times, I mean, I'm sure how many times you beat in that game, Justin? I mean, like 100. You know,
I beat it with this. I beat it with that guy right there. You know,
all day.
I probably no joke. I beat it at least 50 times. I would say. You know, probably the most recent one was like 6 months ago. Like it's
a fun game.
You know, so it's like, and you can memorize it and it's good. But I hope this one is kind of like the new, because Streets of Rage 4 was fire. Like that game is awesome in all facets. it's deep. It's got characters are awesome. It feels good. I'm hoping they go this route and it's a little bit longer. It's got some meat potatoes to it. It's got some replayability.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of times with beat 'em ups, I often, because I mean, I used to be, but in the last 15, 20 years, I haven't been like hardcore fighting game player. So it's going to probably, jump into that fighting game kind of aesthetic for people like, oh, do the combos, get the extra things, put an extra hard difficulty. I mean, I'll mess with that, but I just hope there's a lot of like extra stages, extra characters, things you can experiment that you don't necessarily have to like just increase the difficulty and, go through it with one hit, or like what we'll talk about with like dread mode in future. Spoiler, like that's impossible. I can't do that. I can't do that. I'm old, right? My dexterity is down. My esports window is out.
I just need local and local co-op and online. And
online co-op for sure.
I just need
online co-op. Yeah.
I just want to be able to play on the couch. Give my wife a controller and be like,
hell yeah.
And
if we're gonna play this game together. I'm playing with my lady also. Matt,
and I want difficulty levels too, so that you can drop it down, so you can do that. Like that'd be cool. Like you can I mean, like a difficulty level is not just like extra life, but like something fun. So,
hey, Matt, real quick, I gotta ask. Are you into the beat 'em up genre of games?
Look, I've ducked in and out over my time. The side-scrolling beat 'em up isn't something that, again, I think I was a bit out of time for that when it was in its heyday. But look, I've played a Tekken 3 and a Tekken 4. I've, done a bit of the 3D fighter. But
that's
not
fighting. But we're talking about the size of typical beat 'em up, like just beat 'em up ass beat 'em up.
No,
not really.
Like no Golden Axe, no
Simpsons.
Rage.
But they have the Simpsons in Australia.
Yeah, no Simpsons.
X-Men, Colossus.
No final fight. Like
clearly, I have an area of nostalgic gaming to explore. I do.
Oh yeah, Scott Pilgrim.
We're trying to get this guy in the Mega Man most recently. Mega Man X. How far did you get, Matt?
Still at it? I think I'm 4 or 5 deep of the bosses from whatever version I played in the many that came with the game I bought. Mega Man X, I think, is the one I bought.
Yeah, the X
collection. Have you played Castle Crashers or anything like that?
Oh, I love Castle Crashers.
I know what it is.
Replayability. That one has a ton of replayability right there.
Yep, it's good. That's good. I mean, River City Girls is good.
Number 2's coming out.
These are all newer. Yeah, these are all newer.
I think I know what you're gonna play, Matt. You're gonna play Shovel Knight.
Shovel Knight's good. That's not a beat 'em up though.
Yeah, it's a
I was gonna say because as you said that, I was thinking Hollow Knight does. It's not really. It's a Metroidvania.
Actually, Shovel Knight turns into a beat 'em up at the bosses. The bosses is totally beat 'em up bosses. Like they're straight up like beat 'em up bosses. But no, yeah, Shovel Knight is good. Shovel Knight's great. I have it on the Switch and I have it on PC and I have it on PlayStation and I have it's great. It's good.
On that note, I need someone to tell me what the title is of the first one and the original, because every Shovel Knight version of that game has a name after it.
No, yeah, but just shut the Shovel Knight Treasure Trove and just play Shovel Knight, because all the different versions you play as a different character.
Oh,
there's all the different knights in it. But no. Like there's like Plague Knights, all the different knights. Yeah, so no, like Shovel Knight is the little blue knight. It's a she. So
Spoiler.
Sorry.
It's the Samus of things. It's fine.
It's cool. But yeah. So like it's the blue one with the shovel. Like that's Shovel Knight. If you buy the Shovel Knight Treasure Trove now, you get every single DLC game. It's like 100 hours of games. It's amazing. Yeah,
I'm buying.
Cool. Real quick,
it's on sale
guys,
for like $14.
Just everyone say hi to Chingon boy.
Chingon, what up? What's
happening? He's in the chat. So
Chingon, what's going on, man? What's going on, man?
¿Qué tal?
Okay.
I don't know what language that was. You're gonna have to.
It was Spanish. For what's up?
Spanish.
What's happening?
Lovely.
What's happening? All right.
Don't get too many Spaniards around here.
What's the closest Spanish-speaking country to Australia? Let me think. There's some Spanish in the Philippines, but
look, there's going to be pockets around here, definitely.
No. I'm just saying the closest country, the closest Spanish-speaking country to Australia. I'm just trying to think of the geography. Now, the Philippines would have to be the closest.
Ted, you can think on this. Let's move on to the next topic.
Let's move on. All right.
We're having a conversation. I'm having fun.
Yeah, so for sure.
I like it.
All right, so this last topic before the main topic, the Steam Deck is almost here. Aren't you excited? You get to put whatever OS you want on it, whether it be Steam. If you want to go retro, you can put like something like RetroArch on there. You can just put whatever you want. I wouldn't pay $300 for just put RetroArch on the thing, no. But yeah. So the Steam Deck. Are you guys excited? Yes or no?
Absolutely. Yep, got my pre-order in back in the day. I'm in the second tier. I feel like a lot of people are going to drop off, so I might get in the first tier. But yeah, I'm going to get I got the big one, the $600 big boy. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna buy it. Yep, got it.
Yeah, I'm
sad. It fits my gaming style.
I want it now, and I feel like it's too late because now I gotta wait till 2023. Unless
oh really? Is that when you got yours? Are you in the third round?
No, I didn't even put my $5 down because I was wasn't sure about what this was gonna be, what it is. But now so many people have pre-ordered it. Now you can't get it until I don't even know if it's still 2023. It might be 2024 now.
Yeah,
the way things are going.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, who knows when you're gonna get the thing? I mean, I've been looking online and I've seen it compared to other handhelds. Like I've seen a photo of it.
You watched the Linus video, right?
Yeah, I saw a little bit of that. Saw it next to the Vita, saw it next to the Switch, saw it next to a Sega Game Gear. This thing is pretty huge. But I mean, do I think it's going to take
huge?
Well,
it's big, but I wouldn't say huge.
Comparatively.
Big.
Well, I mean,
it's
I'm happy because I got these. I got big ass hands, so I'm because where's my Switch at? I can wrap around the back of my Switch. It's I'm just happy. This is the Switch. I can literally touch fingers all the way to both sides if I wrap around it. It's dinky to me. So this is something chunky that I can grab. I'm happy. So because a lot of people who have that, I think Linus, he has tiny little baby hands. He was like, oh, you got to move your hands to the buttons. I'm like, that's perfect. That's great. I won't have to move anything. It'll be right there. So I'm looking forward to it. It's got a good screen. You can do stuff to it. I mean, it fits my gaming style too. It's that way I can hang out with the wife on the couch and play some games while she watches one of her shows. We're at least in the same room hanging out. I'm not here in the office or studio, while she's hey, you want to hang out? I'm I kind of just want to play on my computer.
It just still bugs me that everyone said how big the Vita was, and the PSP.
Oh yeah,
and
right.
Vita, and then we got the Switch,
and the Switch, and was like, whoa, and then
and now we got the Steam
Switch
Deck,
was okay.
I
mean, it seems like they're making these handhelds bigger and bigger and bigger, but I mean, for me, it's I'm not really the super big in the handhelds like that. I mean, I'll play around my house, but I mean, my Switch, I play it almost over 90% in dock mode. So so it doesn't make a difference to me. But I mean, you like to play it in handheld mode.
That's my biggest worry about this though, was after watching Linus's video and everything, just the power consumption is going to be big. 2 hours dead. On the highest settings, or playing just a crazy game. So 2 hours. I mean, I guess is a good enough time for a lot of people. But I mean, I'm already looking okay, where's that Steam Deck and where's that battery pack? Where's that third party?
Well, I have a battery pack. Well, I have a really fat, chunky one that I use for airplane rides. Because I was always flying to China and back. So I have this really fat. I have the biggest battery pack that you can put on an airplane. It's a 96,400. It's big, and I can charge. I have a MacBook right here, a little mini MacBook. It can charge this 7 times.
Well, yeah, because
so
you essentially have a little mini electric generator. That's what you just told me.
It's not that big. It's only this big. So it's not that bad. So, but if I have that, it'll last it 10 hours. So I'm okay with that. But I do understand people who don't have that nowadays. But
yeah, I would definitely suggest getting some kind of battery dock of some sort.
They're not
some
expensive.
kind of brick. Yeah, they're not expensive. So you don't got to get what Ted has, because it probably cost you a fortune. But
no, now it's only $70, $69, $69.99. When I bought it, it was $140.
Yeah, just get a few more.
But that's only $70. Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, so the really interesting thing is that this is probably going to break egos somewhere, because everybody wants to play the Horizon Forbidden West rhetoric has been 60 frames 1440, right?
Mm-hmm.
But playing on a smaller screen maybe optimizing to preserve that battery life. Maybe people will be playing these games at lower resolutions with frame caps to ensure that they can ride it out and not say to their friends, hey, check out this 60 frame per second 4K I'm playing on this device that'll last for 15 minutes. Like,
well, yeah,
I think
it's only
gonna have to go
1200 by 800 anyway, the screen. So
yeah,
but
I think it
that's
reses
the
down
perfect
pretty
sweet
hard.
spot. That's the perfect sweet spot though for that system. You can run 60 FPS like smooth like butter like that. So
have you guys seen D-Brand's case for it though? That thing
yeah,
is, that thing is epic.
I am buying
that's
that
a must
instantly.
buy.
Yeah,
Because
yeah, you gotta get that
I think
case.
the last time I was on, we talked about the Switch. I have my Cytec, my Satisfactory deal that I put onto my Switch. That's the only way I can satisfy. It's the only way I can play the Switch because I can't. I can't fit the Switch in my hands other than that. But with that thing, I'm like, yeah. But with that case, it's perfect, dude. Oh man, it's gorgeous. So I'm down.
Yeah, it's good, definitely. So I mean, yeah, the Steam Deck's coming soon. Be ready for it, guys.
Did you
It's
pre-order,
about to
Matt?
ramp up.
Did you pre-order one, Matt?
I haven't pre-ordered one because
Oh.
I'm tantalized by the mobile gaming thing,
Mhm.
but it doesn't really, like, I have the room where I do the games and then life happens everywhere else, right? But I feel like being mobile now is attractive. Like, I'm just keeping an eye on those games that become available because currently there's 300 games on Steam with the article that we pulled for this particular segment that are approved and said, yes, this has definitely got the tick that it's going to work on Steam. There's obviously thousands of games on Steam and games that are released all the time. So I'm waiting to see that list. I'm also tossing up on whether getting a Switch now is going to be good or bad.
Do it.
Still riding the
Don't
line.
waste your money.
Do it.
No,
Do
put the
it.
$300 for the Switch and
Do
get
it.
a freaking Steam Deck.
But
Like, straight up.
see, it's not that. It's
No,
not that in Australia though. Like
That's
it's
what, 500 now?
ridiculously expensive here.
Yeah, but I'm saying like how much is a Switch in Australia in AUD?
In AUD, it's 470.
Okay, and the Steam Deck is probably what, like 780 for the high one, and like 600 for the middle one, and 500 for the low one, something like that.
The top one is over 1,000 for us.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, there's a move. Okay, that's a thing. All right. Well, my thing is that's a thing. That's a thing. Well, I guess for me is I like the Steam Deck because of the games I would play on it. If I want to play something beastie, like I played God of War in 4K 60 on my beautiful, masterful machine here. That's $4,000 sitting next to me. But if I want to play, like I just downloaded today, like Evoland 2. I've always wanted to play that. I downloaded it today. I don't want to sit in my computer and play Evoland 2 on a computer screen, right? That's like a sit on the couch and play it on the PlayStation or hang out with the wife. That's the kind of games I want to play on this thing. Like, I'm not going to play Control on this. I'm not going to play Horizon Forbidden. I'm not going to play God of War. I'm going to play the middle tier games that are just kind of hard to justify sitting down and just playing it on a PC. And I'm also when things slow down and I travel again, I'll be traveling a lot. And also, if it fits the lifestyle of my wife likes to watch TV shows. I don't really watch TV that often. So I like to hang out in the same room with her. So she's like, hey, sit on the couch. I'm like, okay. So that's my new 3DS. I got the 3DS XL. It's phenomenal. I've been sitting there like, while she watches her little shows. I'm like, hey, I can talk to you while I just play. It works. So I think this helped me kind of catch up on the backlog. If I want to emulate, I could do some of that kind of stuff too. And then some of the lower mid-tier releases, I think that'll help out too. So I don't know. That's kind of what I'm looking for, at least my personal use case.
Yeah.
Finest, I think you're in trouble. If you keep going with your Dead Cells fetish, this might fit the bill.
Exactly. I have Dead Cells on Switch and it runs like crap.
I want the technology behind it just captures me. The fact that this has a mouse pad, the fact that it has the gyrometer or whatever, the accelerometer. It has like the exchangeable joystick. I mean, just watching Linus's video and just seeing like so many things that this is going to be capable. The accessibility on it is just absolutely phenomenal. You can play how you can remap your your controls and your triggers and what you want to do. If I love Dead Cells, and I would be just enamored in Dead Cells all the time because I wouldn't have to leave my TV. Like right now, I have to leave my TV. It's like, oh, my son wants to watch Paw Patrol. I have to get off the TV, and then I don't have a way to really play that. And I've done like remote play, like from my PlayStation to like my.
You just get it on the Switch if you want that, but it doesn't run that great on the Switch. I'm gonna tell you, it chugs sometimes.
Yeah. And neither does remote play, and that's the thing. So I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna play these types of games like on you know.
Right.
So
You need that nice frame perfect so you can do the dodge animations and all that good stuff, right?
yeah,
But the Nintendo version would be a little bit behind the current version as well, I'd say.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So I was looking right now doing the conversion, Matt. So the one that the expensive one is $629 here, and in Australian dollars that's $881, and then obviously they mark it up for the imports. I know like all your electronics are higher, so I was just trying to see
how much more expensive is it to ship it halfway across the planet.
Very, very much, very, very much. And then there's taxes. So I get it. The over 1,000. I'm like, damn, that is a lot.
Yeah,
So I'm just
I
trying
get
to
a Switch.
I'm honestly that exactly like real talk, but like the Switch, it's just depending on what you want to use the Switch for. Yeah, I would say if you want to like hack and mod,
it's definitely use case.
Metroid Dread. We're gonna get into that, but we'll come back to Switch talk later. One last article Finance reminded me before we move on. Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster coming out February 23rd. I was gonna say the end of the month. Well, I guess it's toward the end of the month, and I'm excited about this one. Of the first 6 games, I'm just gonna be real. This is the best one, in my opinion, and it took a little while longer for this one to get released, but it's coming. It's here. It looks nice, according to the graphics and everything. But I guess I don't know. Well, it's Final Fantasy VI. It's one of my favorite Final Fantasies.
$15 for a game that's been out for 30 years. It's on 900 different platforms. Like I just think these pixel remasters are whack. It's just the money. It's stupid. Like,
but each pixel is 16 pixels.
Yeah.
Good.
That joke doesn't land properly. No. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just I looked at it. I was like,
I'm getting it.
I mean,
maybe.
Cool. I mean, it's a nostalgia play. I'm like, I'm okay with it. Cool. I mean, whatever. Like Final Fantasy VI is amazing. It's an absolutely amazing game.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
I'll tell you what.
What's up?
Sorry, I was going to do something heavy. It's all good. You go.
No. Talk about it.
Yeah. Let us know.
I was going to say my last pixel art Final Fantasy game was Chronicles. Final Fantasy Chronicles, and
good game.
Excellent game. So good. Personality, ISO was great. But if these can be like that, can you tell me that they're like Chronicles, or
what
are they
mean? The look? The look,
the
how they
feel.
it?
Like, is it always from Final Fantasy 1 up till 6? Is it 4 dudes and ladies roll out and fight stuff in time combat with a little bit of story around the outside?
Yeah.
Can you tell me that the story is
No. So, 1, 2, 3 are that. 4, 5, 6 story, like in your face, weird. They started going off the rails. 6, like, okay. I'm a Final Fantasy 7 aficionado. Final Fantasy 7 is my favorite game of all time. Now that I've played Final Fantasy 6 all the way through, I can honestly say that if I would have played Final Fantasy 6 before 7, 6 would have been my favorite.
6 is my favorite one, in my opinion.
I like 7 much better. I'm a diehard 7, Sephiroth, Cloud for life. But Final Fantasy 6 is like 1B. It is just blew my mind. Like, it's just amazing, and all of it was like it's the pinnacle of 2D RPGs right before they went over right to the 3D. Like, it was just amazing. And it's the story. It is the story. The gameplay is cool. I mean, there's so many cool secrets. There's different, like the combat. There's some nuances, but it's just with the espers and stuff like that. It's basically just summons, but like, it's the story and the characters that you could seriously go through the game.
And it was on the Super Nintendo.
Right. Yeah. But the thing is, you could miss like 5 characters in that game. Like, straight up, like, just not get them because if you didn't do the right things or didn't go to this place, like, there's so many things. It was just
Fire Emblem level, like, stuff in there. There are things you can miss.
But Fire Emblem, yes, but even different. It's just the story is so grand. It's so deep. It's so nuanced. There's so many things. That's really when RPG story just like exploded. And so this game, I understand like why the fervor is out there for it, but I just know there's a billion other ways to play it. And like when I'm thinking Pixel Remaster, I'm thinking like, are they upraising it and make it look like Octopath Traveler or something? But I don't know.
See, that is how you sell a game. I pulled out my pen, I wrote it down on a piece of paper, I put 2 ticks. I'm gonna look into that. I'm gonna get it somehow.
Talk more about the Steam Deck then.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Do you have Hey Matt? Do you have a GBA, a Game Boy Advance?
I don't, but I am
Okay.
very good at stuff.
Yes.
Eye patches,
Yes.
pirates, all that
Right.
stuff.
Well, saying because I played Final Fantasy VI for the first time on a GBA, and it was perfect because there's a Final Fantasy VI version on that, and I was traveling a lot, and then I finally beat it when I was like traveling with my wife. We were in Paris and Morocco, and I was like, we had like 14-hour flights. I'm like, I can't put it down. Like she's like, have you slept yet? I'm like, no. So I was just like,
Wait, you
captive.
didn't sleep for 14 hours straight to beat Final Fantasy 6 on an
Well,
airplane?
no, I think I put 70 hours into it, because it's a huge game, right? Because I did everything.
Game,
but
yeah.
like, so like we were gone for like a couple weeks, and I was just like the whole trip. By the end of it, I was laying in the bed in our last night in Paris. I was like, okay, I'm done.
Wait, your wife stayed with you after you played that much while you were in Paris?
Well, I mean, she had to. I mean, because
my wife would kill me.
That's actually when I proposed to her. I'm gonna throw it out there. I proposed
okay.
She actually made her decision then, and so she had a chance to leave.
I know what you did. You pulled out the Game Boy Pocket and you had like a little ring in the cartridge tray, and you pulled it out and you pulled.
Don't pull out all that's my tricks, dude. And I just opened the GBA.
Oh wow, we talking SP?
Oh yeah,
that clamshell is great for more.
Yeah, exactly, that's what I had. So
one thing I would like to see with these pixel remasters is, I mean, they're just only for Steam and your phone, Android. They need to come to consoles. I mean it.
I was
are they not? Are they not?
No, they're not on consoles.
Okay,
yeah,
well,
this one's not coming.
Well,
at least
I don't
not
even
yet.
see the remaster of it. I mean, I see obviously it's tightened up. It's running at 60 FPS. There's a couple things cleaned up in here and there, but it's not like a full remaster. It's kind of like an HD. Because you have the 4 ticks. You have the remake, the remaster, and the HD. This is like these are more HDs to me. But
yeah,
I see your point.
It is, but they all put it in the same.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If they were remasters, like really like redone, I would be like all excited. But they're just kind of like, oh,
I have a use case for you. Mm-hmm. So Stardew Valley, obviously, when it was released, it was original, but they released it afterwards and made improvements and upraised it and things like that. Apparently, there is a mode you can play with Stardew Valley with the right resolution selection, where you can just see the entire game like environment on a single screen in 4K.
Well, I do have a 4K monitor. Maybe I'll do it on mine because, dude, Stardew Valley is something I really want to play. See, that's one of those things. I have it on Switch, I have it on PS4, and I bought it on PC. I bought it 3 times, thinking I should play this game. I just have not done it.
So good. But anyway, the idea of having a game that's meant to be in like small screens that kind of shuffle across as you move. Yeah, have one massive like game mat, like when you were a kid playing with your toy cars.
Yeah, and then you could zoom into yourself if you want, and then just zoom out and like see the whole thing.
Yeah, like Matt does sometimes right before the podcast starts. Like with his camera zooms in, zoom.
Just like that. That's right. I would say that I'm happy that this exists, not because because these games are great or anything particular like that, but this is just great for preservation. Remastering games is just going to be important as we move forward, just to have these games accessible, not only to everyone, but as, screens improve, technology improves, it just makes it easier to access and makes it more, available for everyone to access and play these games. So, yeah.
But do we get Final Fantasy VII Original remastered alongside the remake?
That's already out there.
That's already out there. You can play that on the Switch.
On Switch, that's what I did. I played it last year on Switch again.
Yeah, and it's on the iPad and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Yeah, they have those.
I don't think they're doing that, man.
And you can toggle between like the resolutions and stuff like that, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
and you can do that. You can like speed up it so you can run really fast. That's what I did.
Oh yeah, I love that. Thank gosh.
Yeah, you can turn off battles. You can get in all 777 mode. You could put it in limit break mode or have limit breaks the whole time.
Yeah.
So
yeah, definitely. I should try that out sometime. All right, so this past Wednesday, Nintendo surprised us again with another Nintendo Direct, and man, I'm just gonna say I thought it was a pretty good one. We're gonna go down the list of things that were talked about, and what they didn't talk about. Apparently, you're just upset with what they didn't talk about. But let's focus on what they did talk about. All right. First, we're gonna get into it here. Fire Emblems, Three Houses is getting a Mosul spinoff. I think I mispronounced that, but
Do you mind if I like do a tick mark for every actual new game they announced? Because it was only 3.
sure. If
Yeah.
just to amuse you. All right. What else was announced? No Man's Sky coming to Switch.
That's already out.
Mario Strikers returns with Battle
New
League.
game 1.
All right, 1. Okay, got you there. Chrono Cross remastered.
That's already about.
Hey, if you're just a Nintendo fanboy and you've never played Chrono Cross, I mean, if you played Chrono Trigger back in the day, you've been waiting a mighty long time for this, right? If
Chrono Cross is a great game.
Yeah, definitely. So
that game's not available anywhere either. So it's about time that that one comes out.
All right. Nintendo Switch Sports. Excited about that one.
Terrible game choices though. They come on, like they have 3 of the good games. Just make it the old games, just redo them. Like, what is this? I feel like I'm such a hater on this. I feel like I'm such a hater.
You are being a hater. It's Nintendo.
Dude, because Wii Sports is one of the most influential games of all time. Yet they
no, it's not. But yeah,
it's attached to the nunchuck. You know, so I mean,
well, okay. Should we look up game sales of all time? And who cares if it's a packet or not? Do you want to like look at that and say it's not?
That can be bonus footage at the end of this podcast.
Yeah,
I have a feeling we'll be here for a long time.
Well, if you're giving away games, of course it's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, it came with the console. I mean,
but it was
like
influential.
I said,
it got a generation of people playing video games. But anyway, continue.
All right, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I was a little disappointed with this one because they need to remaster Xenoblade Chronicles X that was on the Wii U. Very good game, by the way. But Xenoblade Chronicles 3 coming to Switch in September. I hope you're ready.
That would have been announced already as well, right?
No, this is news to me. This is the first time they announced this, at least from my understanding.
As an outsider without any investment, but tangentially aware of this stuff. I thought they'd talked about it already, but I could be wrong.
All right. Let's see. Mother Earthbound being added to Switch Online. So Earthbound Beginnings and Earthbound are going to the NES and SNES.
The 1 and 2. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if you haven't played Earthbound yet and you've been waiting for this to finally come to Switch,
I'm 100% going to be playing that on Switch. Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. So see, we made you happy, Ted. See, stop being such a hater, man.
I'm hating Nintendo. Like, it's because it's a support machine. They're like, oh, let's see if we can squeeze out 3 more years of life on this piece of crap system. Let's just put old games.
I know, but I mean, hey, it's in the top 5 best-selling consoles of all time. So I mean, you gotta give it something. All right.
Crack cocaine is one of the top money-making things in the world, but it doesn't mean it's good.
That's an analogy and a half.
All right, continue.
All right. Instead of Mario Kart 9, we're getting more Mario Kart 8 DLC, more karts, and I am very excited about this one. You know, why did they need to make a Mario Kart 9 when they could just put out more DLC?
Do you like garbage disposals and money? But yes. I love Mario Kart 8. I love Mario Kart, but that's the problem. It's like this is a game that they took from another system, ported it over, and then announced more shit from old games to put into it. It's like come on, Nintendo.
Hey, I mean, they're putting this game to the maximum, to the max. I mean, it's kind of funny, but I mean, hey, don't you want to do Cocoa Mountain on the N64 remastered?
Yes, I like Coconut Mall.
Just before we move on to the next one, I think the greatest tagline I saw about this one is that it's not Mario Kart 9, but Mario Kart 9.99.
$9.99.
I thought
that was phenomenal. Mario Kart $24.99. Yeah, that's how much it costs. $24.99 for the Battle Pass or the
Battle Pass, or you can get the Switch Online expansion, which I actually might get now. Not they're adding some DLC. But I'm not gonna get that N64 controller. No.
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get
$50,
and I'm gonna go get.
$50.
I'm gonna go get Nintendo Online also, but I'm gonna do it in 2023 when all the games are out or when all the levels are out. You know.
And then next year you'll be saying I'm gonna get it in 2024 when Everything else is
Yeah,
Just
pretty
wait till
much. probably.
2025 when the new Switch comes out. When the second new console
the new
comes out.
Switch is not coming until at least 2027. Let's be
No,
real
I say
about this.
2025. I say
Another
like summer.
SKU, probably. Yeah, it's gonna
Another
pop up.
SKU,
2025. Yeah.
yeah, Switch Pro, but not a Switch 2. No. All right. Portal and Portal 2 are coming to the Switch in 2022.
Fantastic game. Some of my favorites of all time.
Great games.
Triangle Strategy coming March 4th. That's just around the corner.
That's cool. That's a good game. I loved Octopath, and this is kind of the same lines and the same deal. So this is a tactical version of that. So yeah,
It looks really good. Classic SquareSoft JRPG Live, or I think that's how you say it.
Never released in the West.
Yeah, never released out West. Yeah, coming to the Switch this summer, July 22nd. All right. Here are a pair of old games, if you do remember them. Klonoa 1 and 2.
Yeah, I played them.
They were both on the PlayStation and then PlayStation 2, I believe.
They weren't great.
They weren't great.
Okay.
All right. Finance,
middling platformers, you know.
No, I avoided Klonoa. I remember it, but yeah, no, I had no reason to play that game. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well,
like,
they're coming.
I rented it.
All right. It's coming this summer, so I mean, check it out if you want to take a trip down memory lane. I mean, it looks all right, but I think I'll save my money. Kirby and the Forgotten Land, and I'm liking that Kirby car, or Carby as they're calling it online, Carby. Yeah,
I think that's whack, but but the game looks great. The game looks.
Yeah,
I love Kirby.
Yeah,
favorite video game character of all time. But
looks like a Kirby game. I'm definitely gonna try out.
I just wish it wasn't just like every other Kirby game, he transforms into it. Why does he have to go half-assed on all these things? Like, oh, I'm just gonna engulf kind of. It's like
a soda machine.
I don't know.
Yeah, this one's definitely disturbing. Like the way he half eats it this time.
It's the same question about a Mario, which is a person, and then he's in a world full of actual people.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's weird because Kirby does transform every time he sucks up things. And then I know that they have to make a new hook every Kirby game. Like, I'm actually playing the Kirby Roboto one on 3DS, which is amazing. There's a robots as the feature for that one. This is like that little half sucky whatever he's doing here. but no, the game looks cool. It's an open world Kirby. It looks great. Hopefully it runs well. If it stays at 30, I'll be happy. But we'll see. But yeah, I want that game for sure.
All right. What else? For the first two Front Mission games.
That's old school. That's old school. That's old school.
Okay, new game. Splatoon 3, which has been announced. It's coming.
No. It was just the salmon run mode. They didn't. They wouldn't talk about the actual game. It was just the salmon run.
Salmon runs, yeah, salmon run. Okay,
but yeah, that's okay. The salmon run. I think a lot of people liked it, but
yeah, that was a weird trailer though. Like just
it was weird. It was like ominous and weird. Yeah,
the graphics looked like very
dark.
Looking at the helicopter fly in and everything, it just didn't look very Splatoon like. It was
that's what I was confused about, and then I realized it was just for the salmon run. I was like, okay, it's almost like what kind of game was I thinking of? Almost like a not Diablo, but kind of like one of those games, like almost like a Diablo, like a 3D like action RPG like kind of thing, like a dark
PvE kind of thing.
Yeah, like a PvE, like dark bosses everywhere. It was very strange. Yeah.
All right, for sure. And then last one on this list. I know there's more, and then we'll go over it. Advance Wars 1 and 2 remakes out April 8th. Aren't you excited about Advance Wars?
This is hey, don't worry, it's still coming.
It's still coming. It might get delayed again, but it's coming. At least we announced it. It's coming. And then, of course, there's MLB The Show that's going to be running on the Switch. And then it's probably going to run like junk. You might want to get it for a different console, but it's coming to Switch. And then you also got the Kingdom Hearts games coming to Switch. It's going to be the cloud version. So once again, you might want to get it on another console, but it's coming. So of the main highlights that we went through here, what was the big significant part of the Nintendo Direct? Then you
didn't talk about Metroid.
Oh yes, Metroid. Forgot about Metroid.
Metroid Dread.
That Dread mode.
Yeah, it's gonna
Rookie and
be
Dread mode. Yeah.
rookie mode and dread mode. It's funny how they call it dread mode because a lot of people dreaded that game in normal mode, but I beat the game. What can I say? And I'm
Well,
proud of
because
myself too for beating it.
you're good at video games and I'm not.
I
It's
guess.
cool. No, it's the dread mode is impossible. That's just fun. That's crazy. I bet you
That's
someone's already done it
crazy.
like 7 times.
Yeah, and then what
The
about?
moment they downloaded it, someone did it in the first run.
Does it
I'm
reset?
sure there's a video.
Are there save points that it would just send you back to when you die?
Nope.
I think.
Nope. You die, game over.
That's
You can't get
ridiculous.
hit once.
That is
You get hit.
ridiculous.
You get hit one time, game over.
Yeah, give me rookie mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Rookie mode. I think I might, because I haven't bought the game yet. I think I might get it and just play the game on rookie mode just so I can enjoy it. I don't feel like freaking out about an Emmy every time I see it.
It's very fun. I mean, it was
Mhm.
definitely a challenge when I played it, and I mean, what can I say? It does get a little frustrating, but it's definitely doable if you play it on normal mode.
I think like we're just like seeing like this like whole echelon of like get good type of games, and it's like so strange now because like people are asking like, hey, can I get an easy mode or can I get like a mode where I can just like play the game and not like really have to worry about it and just experience the story and stuff like that. It's just like so weird now. Like for such a long time we wanted like games that really like were reminiscent of like older games, and we're just like, yeah, like I want to play and get good. Like like I remember playing the first one that pops in my mind, like Prince of Persia, but like every time that like the last one they made on PS3, and then like every time I'd like fell off a cliff,
That's like
it would just
black.
it would just rewind me back. Like it would like time would automatically rewind, and I'd just be back like at the point that I was before I died. And I was like,
Mhm.
oh, and there's no consequence to it, which was
Mhm.
okay. Like, but which it was nice because I got to like play the game through, but at the same time, like it just I didn't care. I just like was like, whoop, okay, I died. It put me back up. All right,
Mhm.
let me just keep on
There
going.
definitely is that balance though, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, definitely.
Elden Ring.
Nope.
Elden Ring.
That's all.
Not touching it. Nope.
Elden Ring coming to
Dude.
Switch. No, I'm just kidding.
But it's meant to be chill AF. It's like they've made it stress free.
You need to
still
look
being
at
Dark Soulsy.
the
There's
Game
a
Informer.
horse.
Look at the Game Informer article. They had a whole cover story on it, a whole bunch of videos, and this like if you're gonna ever jump into like a Soulsborne, I don't know if you like play like Bloodborne or any of those other ones. Like they said, like this very much could be the one for you, Ted. I don't know, but go check out the videos.
I'm boycotting
time.
From Software ever since I wasted $60 on Sekiro.
Are you serious?
Wasted.
I think
That's a good game.
so.
Garbage.
Here is the life lesson: if there are people who are not FromSoft game players, you're not going to get them in. Like it's for you or it's not. And Sekiro even had its own split. And Bloodborne is one of those games where they say, "Hey, don't do Dark Souls, do Bloodborne first because that's a bit better." Like there's a whole ecosystem to the thing. If you're not a FromSofter, kid hands, kid
But
gloves, kid gloves.
maybe you are and you don't realize it, because I remember FromSoft was what got me into Armored Core. And
I played Armored Core a lot in the OG Armored Core on PlayStation.
I loved Armored Core, and that was very much that got me into numbers and like stats like no other, because you had to manage your like all your numbers and
Your
like just
flight,
like
so your fuel and everything.
so you don't overheat.
Your weight, requirement.
And just those numbers and that balance and everything, and really creating a mech that met all the requirements.
That's fun, but dying at 60 times on a boss is not.
But you learn more every time.
Yeah. If you do that, if you didn't have fun with that, maybe you won't enjoy.
Well, Armored Core, I died on the last boss like so many times, like on that last boss, like so many times, and like that was like very much like my FromSoft like introduction into like these types of games. Maybe it's like the aesthetic. Maybe the aesthetic doesn't speak to you. Maybe like if they like another Armored Core is coming out, I'm sure it's going to be very much in the same vein.
I think it's the games.
I agree. Like there is a type of player as well that I've recognized that I am, because I'm around a lot of people that I know here that play games that just aren't into it. Like they shit on Bloodborne and Dark Souls immediately as soon as the conversation comes up. But I'm the kind of person who, if the game requires it, will beat my head against a brick wall for an hour until I get this thing done. Not for any reason, but just because that's a proclivity I have as a gamer. And Dark Souls requires that a little bit. Sekiro, I think, hadn't required it in a different way.
Yeah,
it was a little bit different.
In a way that I didn't like. I didn't enjoy. Because, I'm going to be real. Like, I am really good at some kind of games. Like, really good. Like, but other kind of games, I don't want to be good at them because I don't find the getting good part fun. So there's a difference, and I didn't find that fun in Sekiro. Like, I love third-person action games. That's one of my favorite genres. Third-person action games, RTS games, JRPGs. Those are like my jams. Like, so the fact I was like, oh, Sekiro was right up my alley. It just like hit me in the face, and like from the first, I was like, this is no. But you know what? I gave it 16 hours. So it's not like I just 3 hours. I gave it 16 hours.
All right, that's solid.
And
I mean,
yeah, so like, and then I dipped out. But like, I'm the dude who plays the Kaiju Mario Maker 2 levels, like the crazy. I say Kaiju. The crazy hard Mario Maker levels. They're insane. I do those.
Oh yeah.
Like, so because I'm really good at Mario and I like platforming, and they're hard as, oh my gosh, they're hard. But Sean's like, are you still on the same level? Yeah, like an hour later, and I beat it. Yeah, like I'm that guy because I like those. I find that fun, but they're like the insane where you have to like grab a shell, double flick, hold, like spin, like all that stuff. Like I like that, but something about like Sekiro and Dark Souls, I played the first Dark Souls, but I don't like.
So like
Bloodborne,
after watching the cover story for that Game Informer did on Elden Ring, it was the fact that it was very much open world versus the linear paths that are like the other Soulsborne games. So like there was no one direction you had to go, and you can go essentially like you can go everywhere and kind of level up and control your.
Sekiro is kind of like ability.
That. This is way more. This is the.
I know. I've seen all the coverage for Elden Ring. I've seen it. Like I love open world games too, but it's just From burnt that bridge with Sekiro. I'll never play another From game. It's just.
I'm going to throw another one at you, just because I'd also like to talk about a podcast that's coming back that I'm going to bring back with some mates that play games as well. Restart Games. We're actually going to reboot it. A game I played for that because we're about going through backlog games is Cuphead.
Ooh. Cuphead. Wait, whoa, Cuphead! I want to hear about this.
The new expansions comes out in June. Who wants to co up with me?
Me.
Oh my god!
I still haven't beaten it yet.
Cuphead is my jam. That game is so hard. I love it.
It's hard.
I will not.
I'm almost beating it. I'm almost there. I'm very close.
You haven't beat Cuphead yet?
Not yet. No.
Oh, the devil's hard.
Yeah. Well, I'm in the last world, so it's just a matter of just beating all those other bosses. But I've got pretty far.
You haven't even got to the devil. Have fun.
You're about a child. Yeah. No, this is exactly why I won't play it with you, Ted, because it felt like work. The way I had to manage the way I played that game, because I can beat my head against the brick wall, but I can see when I'm not going to be able to reach the end. And I felt that moment when I would get to the 6th or 7th iteration of a boss.
Or single
player? Single.
Okay, good. Because co-op, it's much harder. So yeah, good. Play it single.
Co-op is harder than single?
Yes, as it should be. But no, I would feel myself. I would feel myself picking up the different bits I need to do, but I would rapidly hit the wall where you kind of sit there at 10:30 at night and you go, yeah, I need to just sleep on this.
Stop. Come back to it exactly. Otherwise, it'll be 12:30 when you look up the clock, and then you're pissed and you can't sleep. Yep.
Yeah. But not even that. Like, I would just hate the time I had with it, which is really funny that you really enjoy Cuphead for that.
Love it.
And yet people equate the two Dark Souls series games and Cuphead into
I think they're very similar.
Well, I don't think so because
I think they're similar. I think they're similar. Just
the only similar that's that apples and oranges, right? Everyone's like, oh, apples and oranges. Well, apples and oranges are both fruit. So yes, they're similar, but they're not. You know what I mean? Everyone's like, they're both fruit. So Cuphead and Dark Souls are hard. Okay, that's a similarity, but I think the similarity ends there because like I am excellent at platformers. That's just what I'm good at. Like platformers, something about my brain and my thumbs work really well on platformers. I'm good at those. But something about I don't have the patience for like games that are just like, oh, one hit kill, punishing. Some reason it just doesn't
like Metroid Dread.
Well, no, like because that's a platformer. That's a platformer. So I'd be okay with it. It's a platformer, you know.
You'd
And
be
so
okay with Metroid Dread. Okay.
yeah, like, but I'm just saying. So like, did you take a break when you did you play Cuphead in spurts? Did you go like 2 months play it and then take 3 months off and try to come back to it? Because that you can't do that.
No, I did tiny little spurts because I've been practicing it for work too because I have to work at home. Pandemic.
Oh, okay. No, I was just wondering because
I was doing
that's like if you step away, you have to learn everything again. Yeah.
No, definitely not that.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, I'm gonna do what
take 2 days off and come back. Yeah.
No, Pomodoro sprints. Every night I would do like 20 to 30 minutes of Cuphead. I'd get done whatever I needed to get done. And what that meant was I was optimizing my time for frustration against my ability to calculate what I needed when I went to bed that night. Like that's why it felt like work to me. I had to hack myself to be able to play that game.
Well, I think that as a performance specialist, someone who works on performance professionally for the last 20 years, I think your targeted practice may have been incorrect because I think if you were playing it at the end of the day, when your mind is already tired and fatigued, I don't think that is a good thing to do. I think you need Cuphead fresh.
Ideal.
Yeah.
Well, look, if I could
in the morning
if I could wake up at 6:30, do my half hour there.
Or at a lunch break. Like at a lunch break, hey, I got an hour. Let's just get some Cuphead in, and then play it when you're fresh and feeling up for it, and having a positive attitude. If it's the end of the night, you're like, okay, I have to practice Cuphead. Already, you're in that state. You're fatigued, tired. It's like, hey, like
it's not happening.
Completely get it, dude. But I just didn't.
Out of curiosity, did you ever play Cuphead?
No. No, I just had no. I had no desire to.
So good. Yeah, I know the developers and I know the artists for the game. So like, I got an early preview of it at E3, like way back, like 3 years before it came out. So I was like, well, this is amazing. So I was excited for it. And it's so good, man.
I was excited because the art style, like I love the art.
The music, dude. The music.
And
definitely takes you back to the 1930s.
I'll just watch it on Netflix at this point. I'm good. I'll wait. Yeah.
I think if you have a chance, you should give it a go.
Play it. I think
give it a chance.
It's so good.
I would say give it a go.
Even though we've just talked about how they are dissimilar, despite being in the same category, if you are willing to play Elden Ring, I think giving Cuphead a go.
Even play like the first 4 bosses. Like because I think there's 15 bosses, 14 bosses. Just play like the first 4, like that are like hard, but then before they step up and like, oh, just dumb, like which boss? Okay, I'm actually curious. Which boss did you just kind of you dipped out on, Matt? Like, what was the boss that was like, you know what? I'm done. What's up?
Devil.
Oh, the devil. Oh, okay. See, what I did for the devil is I played Cuphead. I got all the way to the devil. I smashed the game. I was like, obviously, time. Got to the devil, died every day for like 2 weeks. Put it down, came back 4 months later, played for a week, beat it. And then I was like, oh, and then I played again. And then I beat him like 4 times in a row just to make sure it wasn't a fluke. And then to make sure,
I wouldn't do that. Yeah. Well, once I beat the game, that's it.
This is the performance specialist is giving the analysis of.
I'm just saying that's what I did because I was like, did I just accidentally beat him or did I beat him because I was good? So I went back and I beat him again, and then I beat him again. I was like, okay, I got him. So like once I figured it out, like I was like, but yeah, like I took 4 months off. I was like, dude, I can't. I went back to it 4 months later. I was like, all right, we're gonna do this, and then I beat him. But yeah, devil, you gotta get used to hit the dice roll perfectly. You can hit the dice rolls.
I got it all the way up to the end of the dice rolls to the boss, but I felt myself inching.
And then the card.
I love how we're talking about the Nintendo Direct, and we somehow got the Cuphead.
Well, because Cuphead was on it. Cuphead was announced for it.
Oh yeah, yes. You know what it was.
Yeah, it was. That's why. So because the DLC is coming out for it, and I'm not going to be playing that on Switch at all. Yes, with Miss Teacup, I'm going to be playing it on PC so I can get the 60 FPS. But because on Switch, I think if you have 1 frame lost, you are dead. Like, yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay,
no, but it was announced.
All right. Let's talk about what wasn't announced. No Zelda, no Metroid Prime, no Bayonetta, no Pikmin, no Mario Kart, and no Switch Pro or Switch 2. I just figured out
no other Mario.
Or no other Mario. That's right. No other Mario. No Mario this year, people. Sorry.
You got Mario Strikers.
Yeah,
Or no
Mario
Donkey Kong
Kart.
either. No
No,
Donkey Kong.
no Donkey Kong. Well, I wasn't sold on that. Well,
I mean, I didn't think it was gonna happen, but like, yeah, I'm just saying if you look at their Nintendo games, like no Donkey
yeah,
Kong, no.
yeah. So, I mean, are Nintendo fans eager? Well, I know they're eager for this new Zelda game that's coming out toward. Well, they say it's going to be announced. What is it? It keeps getting nominated for most anticipated game, and it doesn't even have an official name.
Unnamed Breath of the Wild.
It's Breath of the
sequel,
Wild
I believe
2.
it's called.
And then and then Metroid Prime. I mean, we keep hearing that they're going to remaster the first one. It's just give us the one from the Wii already. Just come on, just give us those first three
Metroid Prime
games.
4 is not. I don't think Metroid Prime 4 is coming out on the Switch, dude. I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't think it can handle it. Like what they want to do with it. Like it just if they want to step up the game, like I just don't know if it'll handle it.
Well, Metroid Prime 4. I mean, Metroid Dread took the place of Metroid Prime 4 because
Different universe. No, that's the Prime series. The Metroid Dread was the final game in the 2D. They said that they were like, "This is the final one." They're going to continue Prime.
But Metroid Dread 4, there was under development, and then they had development issues, so they stopped 4.
Yeah, Prime 4.
Prime 4, but that's what he's talking about. They didn't talk about Prime because Metroid Dread was done by a whole nother studio, not Nintendo. That was done by a different studio.
Okay.
They're two different series. Metroid Prime and
well, I know they're two different studios. I'll have to fact check that later. But okay,
it was a few years ago when that stuff came out.
I know what you're talking about, though. No, you're right though. Like they did. There was development issues with Prime 4 because they were like, oh, because remember they did the whole thing at E3, like, oh, here it comes, and it's just been radio silence for like 3 years. Right. Yeah. Because and that's what I think that's what Justin you're talking about. They didn't even talk about it today. Like
they did not even talk about it. So I was just trying to get to that because people. I mean, I think I see what you were saying. Fine, it's like Metroid Dread came in place of Metroid Prime 4.
I see what you're saying.
Without them being able to put out
to
Metroid
fill the
Prime
Metroid, get to wet your Metroid taste, right? Is that what you're saying? More like,
essentially because they couldn't bring Metroid Prime.
Because they can get that developed exactly. Because Metroid Prime did the 4, which is what people actually wanted.
When do you ever get what you want with Nintendo? That's my question.
Never, ever.
And then you know what? You get what you want, but you don't know you want it. And they make you think you want it, and then you get it when you don't want it. So you get something that you don't know you want that they make you think you want.
Yeah, like Sega Genesis games on the Nintendo Switch. Whoever thought that would have happened?
So like it's like in 3 years, they're like, oh, look at this new take on, like saying this new take on Metroid, and like that we got Metroid Dread. It's like, okay, yeah.
It's a game no one asked for, but people were playing it, and it's probably.
This is the problem that I have looking at the directs and the way that they're delivered, and the whole setup. It feels like they're trying to build a world for Nintendo in which no other game platforms exist. They don't say
exactly.
Yeah,
that's a fantastic way to think about it.
When they talk
like,
about
look at all these games.
They said, "Hey, let's go to space. This game is coming to Nintendo. It's called No Man's Sky. Never heard of it, right? Because it doesn't exist."
Exactly. They're like, hey, Chrono Cross is now here. Remember the beloved game is now on the Nintendo Switch for Nintendo. It's like,
why is it beloved? Don't know. When did it come out originally? Who knows? Has it been released on Retro?
From Square. But like, they like Nintendo just built. Yeah, they're like. They're oblivious to like everything else. Like,
I hope I just broke directs for everybody.
I mean,
that's all
like I said.
Totally.
Well, like I keep saying, there's the casual Nintendo player, then there's the hardcore fanboy / girl Nintendo player who that they play everything on a Nintendo console, whether it be the Switch, the Wii U, Wii, all the handhelds, the Game Boy Advance, DS, 3DS. I mean, they're out there. They pledge to Nintendo, that they think Nintendo can do no wrong.
I think you did it, Matt. You did it, Matt. Okay, here it is. I'm gonna finally put it down. Matt totally got he broke my brain. I think my problem with the Nintendo Switch is not the Nintendo Switch. It's Nintendo acting like the Nintendo Switch is something that it's not. It's fantastic that it's a wonderful place to play all these old games. It's a wonderful little port machine to port every old game on. It's wonderful. But they're
What did I say
acting
last
like
week?
Is that what you said?
I said it's a money-making machine because they've built a console that they're trying to ride by promoting products that nobody wants.
Oh yeah,
and
exactly.
Putting them out in a platform that they're
I told you since day one it's a port machine. But like, I think that's my problem. It's not.
And it's one of the top 5
Switch.
consoles of all time.
If Nintendo just acknowledged that the Switch was just an underpowered little port machine and that they're going to do this, I think I'd be okay with it. But the fact they're like, look at our new Nintendo Switch, it's like all these new games. It comes, it's like, no, like just know your role. Like, know what you are, be good at it, and ride. Don't try to like pull the wool over our eyes. I think that's what it is. I think it's I don't like people bullshitting me.
They're acknowledging without acknowledging it. They're acknowledging it because they keep on bringing ports, but they're not going to acknowledge that. Yeah, this is our port machine.
It's underpowered little phone. Like it's my iPhone is more powerful than it. You know, like
what they say is, do you want to play Breath of the Wild? Get a Nintendo Switch.
Pretty much the exclusive. That's why you buy it.
Well,
that's why you buy it. The exclusive.
That's honestly Nintendo. That's what they're doing, and they're going at a much slower pace. I'll try not to get us down a rabbit hole here because we have time and stuff. They're going at a much slower pace, but they are dangerously close to walking that Blizzard wire right now of just saying, hey, play our games because we're Blizzard. Like look what Blizzard did to its fan base with BlizzCon, starting in BlizzCon 2018. Starting right then, they just relied on, look at our fantastic set of 5 IPs that you're going to play no matter what we do. Eat it, take it. Nintendo is dangerously close to threading that line these days. They better just chill on it and just actually do a good job as a company and give the good content, do the right thing instead of force feeding and just taking, their fans for granted. Because eventually they're gonna bite. Gamers are nasty. We all know this. Yeah. And so if you keep taking it for granted, they're gonna bite. And I think Nintendo is walking that line. They're actually they're digging their heels down the hill. Like Blizzard just flew down the hill on ice skates. They're like, woo, see ya. But like they're sliding down, but they're dangerously close right now. If they keep it up, man. Ooh, and so I think that's the biggest thing.
There are so many similarities. That's the biggest thing. Nintendo has been successful where Blizzard was not. Like the first thing I thought of when you said 2018 is when they announced Diablo Immortals, the mobile game.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That was BlizzCon 2018.
What happened to the Mario Runner? What happened to Mario Runner on mobile?
Bye.
It
didn't have a long run.
Yeah. When's the last Nintendo game they put on mobile?
Well, they stopped.
Remember they for 2 years.
Was their mobile division?
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. They just that's what it is. Thanks, Matt, I'm not mad at the Switch. I'm mad at Nintendo for bullshitting me with the Switch. That's what it is.
I just accept it for what it is. And,
me too.
Like...
I mean,
Nintendo keeps telling me it's not. Yeah, but Nintendo keeps telling me it's an awesome new thing. No, it's not. It's a little tiny emulation machine. It's okay with some exclusives. I know with some exclusives that can kind of run because you know how to optimize the hell out of your platforms because you guys are good at that.
It's very interesting. Might make a good discussion at some point in the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
one that we can dive into wholesale.
Yeah, a Nintendo roundtable. I like it. Let's do it. No.
Do it.
All right. Besides that, no Metroid Prime, no Bayonetta, no Pikmin. I know that's a popular Nintendo IP. And of course, no Mario Kart 9. Well, I guess we are getting Mario Kart 8 Deluxe 0.5, if you want to call it. I don't know, with all those courses.
Mario Kart, yeah. It's treading down the Kingdom Hearts Fanboys. 0.8 DHD remakes remastered 0.976.
But they're just still calling it Mario Kart 8, what, booster pack?
8 Deluxe
booster pack
plus booster pack. It's their booster pack, yeah.
Like there's gonna be 8 waves of 6 courses or 8.
My only thing that's not making me judge about it is there's no new modes. It's just tracks. If there was other things to do besides, I love Coconut Mall. It's my favorite track. Mario Kart Wii is my favorite Mario Kart. It's not the best Mario Kart. It's just my favorite. It's like me. It's like Rocky 3 is my favorite Rocky. It's not the best, but I just like it. So Coconut Mall, I'm down for, but it's just more tracks and just more Mario Kart, which I love. But if there's just more modes or different online things or something, I'd be like, oh, that's really cool. Like, but it's just more.
I know what you're saying. Mario Kart is the Call of Duty of Nintendo.
Yeah, it's just more tracks. I was like, that's awesome, but it's like I played all these tracks before, and it's just tracks. Like, give me like a new battle mode, or like give me the old school balloon battle mode, or something weird. You know,
bring back
like
double dash mode or something.
Just
That would
something,
be awesome.
just a little something different. That's all I was wanting out of it. If they were gonna do something to Mario Kart, but I think they're probably gonna hold that back for Mario Kart 9 on the next platform. So,
yeah, maybe.
I feel like they took they learned like they can make money like from like DLC from like Smash Brothers.
Yeah, because they've never done DLC before, and now they're like,
yeah,
oh,
we can make money off of this. So
Animal Crossing, $24.99 if you get the expansion pass on Mario Kart. And then next one
you get an entire Nintendo Direct about announcing a Super Smash character.
Hey, speaking of breaking brains, I'm gonna piss and break everyone's brain right now. Breath of the Wild 2 has 6 dungeons, 4 you got to pay for in DLCs. You only get 2 dungeons at the start, then you have to do the pass to get the extra dungeons. That's right.
But if you play in a theme park where you complete mini games, you earn currency on the blockchain, and then you can spend that currency.
Yep. And then when you beat the level, you can sell your blue tunic back to your friend, who then can put it into their game.
All right.
No.
Wow.
How many Korok seeds translates to 1 ETH?
0.003 Korok seeds, and then you feed that into your GPU, which then can express your algorithm. Don't forget your password, because then. Oh, the future.
I knew you two would have a lot of fun with each other on this.
It will be the new blockchain, though, because Nintendo agrees that it hasn't happened anywhere else in the world.
But real talk, I guarantee. Here, prediction: next Zelda game, you will pay for dungeons.
I can see that. I can see that coming. Yep. We have a special guest. Hello. That's right.
He dipped.
He's like, our finest
bonus content for the video podcast.
All right, guys.
Who was playing now?
So
where has Tutor gone?
We are gonna jump into the release rundown.
That daddy life.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna do the release rundown. There he goes.
All right. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah,
that daddy life.
We had an unexpected guest, so. And she was in here live with her tablet on and everything. All right, getting to the release rundown. She's watching games, playing games. She loves roller coasters.
I clearly remember seeing in the availability section, she put her name in there. So you just kind of dipped,
It's all good.
You should have said.
All right, yeah, we'll get her on a round table one of these days. All right, so the release rundown, kind of short, but there's still big games coming out. Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires coming in February 15th. PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch.
Is it on Game Pass?
I think it will be. Is it? Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Want to fact check that? Someone?
I don't know. I know the fourth game that you're talking about is coming out.
Yeah. So all right. Yeah. So, but yeah, Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires. It's going to be on everything. Everything. Looks like everything. Yeah. Assassin's Creed, the Ezio Collection, which is right here. I have it for PS4 for all you audio listeners. I'm holding it up to the camera. It's coming to the Switch. See, Nintendo. See, the Nintendo person would have never played this. You're picking up a good game, by the way, if you do play it. So, come in.
Three games. Three good games.
Three games. Ezio Collection. Very good. Coming to Switch, games. February 17th. The King of Fighters 15 coming to PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, and PC. February 17th. Also, February 17th, we got Total War Warhammer 3.
That is on
PC.
Game Pass.
That's going to be on Game Pass. Yeah, definitely. We recommend you guys play that. And the big one, the one that I know Finance is waiting for.
Woo, bring
Horizon Forbidden West.
I am
PS5,
scouring
PS4.
the earth for a PS5 right now.
For February.
I'm going to be honest, I was too.
I am scouring the earth. I almost paid $180 over just to get one. I was like, you know what?
Well, 180 is not that bad, but like I've said before on this podcast, don't pay the scalpers.
I know that's exactly why I didn't do it.
Don't pay.
I have a homie who gets some, so he's trying to find one for me. But yeah, because this is Horizon. Yeah. So
what about you, Matt? You have a PS4. Why don't you just use that?
No, I want to play it on PS5.
Yeah, I kind of do too. Like it's an experience thing.
Yeah, exactly. I want to play 4K.
That's not what. Look, I'm a weird guy, right? I want to play Dread. I want to play Breath of the Wild, but I won't buy a Switch, even though it's like half the price of what a PS5 would be. It's a good excuse to get one though, because it's jumping on the train with all of the new stuff. It's going to have the best quality content.
This is a good time. Yeah,
it's a good time to jump on it.
There's finally 4 games I want to play on it now. So like that's what I want to play. Like I want to play Ratchet. No, seriously, I want to play Ratchet and Clank. I want to play Horizon. I want to play Miles Morales, which I know you can play on PS4, but I want to play it on PS5, and I want to play God of War. Comes out in September. So
yes,
perfect. That's enough.
That's worth it. And that's worth it. And that's worth it for me.
This is the exact reason why I'm not buying a PS5 right now is because I can play it on my PS4.
See, the smart man right there.
And it's going to be free upgrade
in 30 FPS.
Yeah, and so
I know I'm going to melt my original PS4.
I have a PS4 Pro, but it's like I don't want to play. Like I don't play games more than once unless I absolutely love them to death, and I wait to do that. So it's like I want the original experience. I want to enjoy it at 4K 60. I want to feel it smooth. I want it to be great, and then be done. And be, that was great. Like the upgrade. Like, you can get the upgrade, but you're gonna play it again like right away. I was like,
not right away.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like in a couple of years, but it's like in a couple of years, then there'll be the next one. Then you'll always be behind. So I'm like, I love the first Horizon so much that I was just like, I really want to just enjoy this. Yeah. So I don't know.
Finus, you've been playing Zero Dawn for a little bit, haven't you?
Oh, you've been playing Zero Dawn, huh?
No, I finished Zero Dawn years ago. I bought it when it first came out. Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were going to dabble again.
Oh, there's been too many games. I'll jump into my game that I've been playing recently, other than Dead Cells, which I'm sure you might already know. Yeah.
All right. And then any other games on this list that you guys want to talk about before we jump into what we're playing?
Besides on something else.
Like I said, Nintendo fan, get the Ezio collection. You'll
King
love
of
it.
Fighters, if you play 14, 15 is just as solid. So has that knockoff Street Fighter art aesthetic, deep blacks, 3D/2D animation. King of Fighters, good fighting game.
KOF is always legit, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's solid. Like some are higher than others. Some are B plus A minuses, and others are always, but it's always above a B. It's always just solid, you know. KOF is good.
All right. Okay. So now, as we go into our last segment of the show, what are we playing this week?
Finest. You were talking about it. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. I was on. Yeah. Finest. You go first.
he was just talking about it. Continue the segue. I was just letting him finish his thought.
Yeah, absolutely. So, just to finish my thought, easy enough. I've been playing Ollie World. So,
cool.
Yeah, I've been talking about this game the last couple episodes, and it is pretty much everything.
Looks good.
I thought it was going to be. It's really taken everything that they've done on Ollie World, the first one, or Ollie World, one and number 2, and just really like. Built on top of that, the art style is
that cell shaded looks so good.
it is so nice, and the customization in your characters is awesome. Right? Yeah, because I mean that's what you're working towards now. In the originals, you were working towards just high scores. So there was nothing to really keep you going other than being top on the leaderboard. So the fact that now hey, I get a pair of shorts to put on my character, like a new hairstyle, gas mask, or whatever it may be. It's really just driving me to do every level perfect. And if you do mess up in this one, it's just they have checkpoints now, so which is absolutely incredible. So you don't have to start
do they keep your score previously to the checkpoint?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Snap.
So if you hit the whenever you hit the checkpoint, whatever score you had, that's when you start that checkpoint.
If you're having a bomb run, you can. Oh, that's cool.
So the ease of accessibility is so much better than the originals because once you fell, you fell. If you beefed it in the old ones, get back to the beginning and do it again, do another perfect run. So I picked up that game earlier this week, and I've been pumping away at that one. Just playing levels over and over. It only takes one button. So it's almost like a quick resume feature for older consoles. Because all you have to do is press one button and then it resets you either at the checkpoint or at the beginning of the level, depending on where you are. But more than anything, the art style is really speaking to me, and I really do love the game. And I'm gonna be playing that until Horizon comes out, and then I'm gonna jump into Horizon, and then I'm gonna jump into Elden Ring. So I'm trying to knock all.
You have it laid out. You have it
You
laid out.
have it all
But
laid
yeah,
out this month.
they're coming quick though, so it's like
they are now. It's good.
Yeah,
it's a
gonna
good
be
problem to
stupid.
have, I guess, right?
It is not good for my pocketbook, but yes, it is.
Right,
You saved your pocket money though. You've been playing Dead Souls for a long time.
Dead Souls been out for 3 years now.
But I just bought that DLC because the DLC.
Oh yeah, that just came out like 3 weeks ago, right?
And I haven't even really got to jump into that yet. So it's just
good, man. It's like a brisket. It'll just sit there. It's like
it'll marinate and get better the juices. Yeah,
until the next DLC comes out when I get to it, because I'm gonna probably be like 60 hours in Horizon, because they said it's like equivalent to the Horizon for Horizon Zero Dawn, the first one, and then Elden Ring, they said, is going to be around, if you play directly straight through, if you can get straight through, is going to be at least 60 hours also. So
so it's not like Dead by Daylight. It'll take you 500 hours to beat that motherfucking game.
well, they
Dying
walked
Light
that
2.
Yeah, they walked that back.
Yeah.
But
people just play Dead by Daylight for 500 hours.
That's a lot of time to be dropping on a game. Even like 50 plus hours is a lot of hours to be dropping on a game. I mean, in my opinion.
Let me explain the reasoning behind Dying Light when it comes my turn to say what I've been playing.
Well, segue. Let's bring it. Please tell
me. Bring it, bro. Bring it.
Okay, Dying Light 2 then.
Dying Light 2.
It's a great game. I'm going to echo the sentiment that's flying around from the reviewers at the moment. Yes, it's probably not a 10 out of 10. Yes, it's a bit slow to upgrade the different parkour and combat components you've got. Yes, it takes a little bit of time to get into it. But once you're into it, it becomes a game that is incredibly fun to play. They've basically built a parkour sandbox that's even bigger and more engaging than the Mirror's Edge sequel, for example. Like that one, the original Mirror's Edge being kind of on rails, whereas the new one that came out gave you a bit more of an open world. This is very much an open world with the ability to interact with the environment through the parkour and the jumping. Admittedly, the combat isn't necessarily as engaging as the parkour components, but it's a great game to play. But the interesting thing about it is that it's not one of those games that you feel like you can't put down. Like Ted, you're going to talk about God of War in a second. That is a game that you want to sit there for 20 hours and just get through because it's constantly giving you the good stuff. But Dying Light is kind of a background game. That's it. But Dying Light is kind of like you're not quite sure what you want to play. You might have your Forbidden Wests and your Sifu.
It's an open world game. You got to figure out what you're doing, right?
Yeah. And there is a running storyline that is kind of a light touch. It drags you through the environments a little bit in the story. And there is something compelling there that it's telling with regards to a zombie apocalypse. And let's be honest, in a current pandemic world, after the release of COVID, right? I'm skipping over bad words here, but it's very interesting the way it approaches and the mentality we have, the way that we experience that world and the kind of thing that it sets up for. So there's interest there, but you have so much fun just running through the environments. It's kind of a thing that you can just pick up and put down as you need to. So I think it's going to be
to borrow Giant Bomb. It's like some of their terminology. It's a video game, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Perfect. And it's got that jank that you want. I've seen a lot of great errors. There was once when I think I mentioned it last week where I got caught between a protruding billboard and the wall, and I was kind of just floating there in parkour style, T-pose. And I couldn't really. Yep, I dive rolled in between a barrel and a fence, and I couldn't stand up or move around. Yesterday, that was really.
Did you blow yourself up to get out, or just
hard reset? Couldn't do anything.
Nice.
Yep.
Love it.
The only other one I saw, which was incredibly funny, was there's like an investigative vision kind of thing where you can see bad guys in red, things you can click. I saw a bloke, like an actual guy, not a zombie, walking around the environment, but his head was doing this weird kind of.
Oh, so he was a zombie. He was gonna be a zombie.
Last of Us.
Yeah, I'm talking like head rolling forward in
so
his net
the Exorcist type stuff.
Literally.
So basically, it's got a little bit of that Bethesda seasoning all over, just a little dash all over, the Bethesda jank, just a little.
Just doesn't. You can't Skyrim your way up mountains though. Like that's the
Oh,
only
but
bit
no,
that
I'm
it
saying
doesn't compromise with.
the Bethesda jank of just like everything, just like a little bit busted.
Yeah, but it's not ruining your experience though.
Exactly.
So that's
it
good.
shouldn't
Yeah.
be.
They're releasing updates almost every day, which is
Don't
great.
fix the jank.
Always addressing it. But the fact that the jank hasn't disappeared means that they recognize that there's something there they can't fix, or that it adds value.
It's like system on system on system. If they take this one out, the whole it's like a Jenga piece. Like whoop.
Yeah. There's also the great thing of the Dark Souls of things, I guess, where you hurt a zombie or a bloke and they embed themselves in a wall and start vibrating.
And then you look away and they go back and they're gone.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Look, it's an incredibly enjoyable game. I can see where those 500 hours will go. I don't think it has to be 500 though.
No,
definitely.
No game has to be 500. I mean, come on, like
that's ridiculous.
It can be as long as you want. Right?
Yeah,
but yeah, very enjoyable. I would highly recommend it, particularly if you enjoyed Dying Light 1.
Right.
And if you're looking for something on the back burner, you can wait until your Forbidden Wests and your Ragnaroks are done. But grab it at some point. It's good.
Sweet.
Cool.
All right. Sounds good. All right, Ted, what have you been playing?
Which game did you pull for me? I gave you 3.
I pulled 2 for you, but just go ahead and
yeah. So I'm playing 3 right now. We talked the last time I was on the show about my 3DS. We'll start with those, their finest. So on the 3DS, I'm enjoying on the couch, put my feet up with the wife while she watches cartoons. No, while she watches her shows, and I'm sitting there and I'm playing right now. Link Between Worlds and Super Mario 3D Land. Phenomenal. I'm not sure which one you got up there for those. One of those two, but man, I just. When I'm playing Super Mario 3D Land, my smile looks like the freaking Joker. Like it's just the most enjoyable thing I've played in a long time. Like
I just pulled God of War. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Okay, that's fine. Anyway, I'll quickly talk about this and then we'll go to God of War. But it's just every moment is so enjoyable. Like, it's just a freaking smile on my face. The music, the cool. I put the 3D mode on. It looks good. It's just the levels feel great. It's challenging, not too hard. It's just fun and delightful and colorful and wonderful, and it's just a great experience. Link Between Worlds is Zelda. I did not love Link to the Past. I really did not like that game very much. It was fine. I beat it. It was good. It was a little obtuse for me. I couldn't figure it out. This one is a lot more doable. It's accessible. You can do it, and it's great. The mechanics are awesome. It's fun, and I'm enjoying that. And then I just finished tonight, actually. God of War on PC, went through it, cranked that B up to 11 on the graphics, had it running that buttery 4K 60 on my 4K monitors. My wife sits there and she watches it like a movie. She was like popcorn, no joke. She's like eating snacks while I'm playing because she just thinks it's awesome. And just finished it up. I'm going to do a little bit more of a Niflheim so I can take down Sigurd. What's her name? The queen. It starts with that Sigmund, whatever her name is.
Sigmund or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. So I'm going to beat the Valkyrie Queen, and because I beat the 8 other Valkyries, but it's just delicious, and it's just, I mean, easily this is top 3-4 game I've ever played in my life. It's just every moment is just perfect.
So good.
Every moment is perfect. Like I can't get enough of it. It's just so good. And I really savored this game. I think, Matt, you just plowed through it and within 2 weeks of us chatting here.
This is my problem with games though. I space it out and then I enjoy it too much and I'm like, oh, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. So I did savor this a little bit and I waited some, and my wife did help. She helped me pace it because she wanted to watch it. No, I want to see this. So we did that whole thing, but it's just so good, man. And I'm glad I waited 4 years to play it again because I didn't remember any of the nuance and the details. I remember the overarching, but I didn't remember the details. And it's just, God, it's just delicious, man. Like, it's just so good. Like, I was worried. I am OCD. Like, I legit have OCD issues about, especially completionist things. So I always have to watch movies. I have to go back to the first one. I got to play the first game of things. It's just what I do. It's just a problem. But so a lot of times I'll burn myself out on games, like playing the original ones and then trying to go to the next one. And so I a lot of times like to go back to the first ones. This time I am so pumped to play the new God of War. This did not dampen, like ruin my dinner. This did not this was not a cookie before dinner. This was
Makes you want it more, right?
This is like a tiny little appetizer. Like, I am starving now. Let's give me some more God of War. I just watched the trailer again tonight of the new one. The new trailer just came out like a month ago. Man, give me some God of War.
So here's the thing that can whet your appetite even more. What I found on YouTube is Raising Kratos, which is the Sony documentary that came after the release of God of War that talks about the development of it.
I think I watched that. That came out in 2019, the year of. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was year of. And the story there is just as
they show the voice acting with them and everything. Yeah, it's
Chris Judge doing his thing. Ooh.
Is that the same one with the Corey Barlog deep dive? Like when
he
talks about how personal.
Yep.
Okay, got it. Yeah,
so good. I don't think my wife's seen that. I think that'd be something that she'd enjoy. You know what? I'll fire that up. Good call on that, Matt. Good call. I think, and everyone else out there who's listening, you guys should get your God of War fix. If you haven't played it, play it on PC. Play it on PS4. Your PS4 Pro will melt. So, I mean, your PS4 will melt if it's a stock, but if it's PS4 Pro, it'll handle a little better. But
mine didn't. But jet plane.
Yeah, exactly.
So my PS4 is still fine. All right. So I guess I've been, me, I always play a whole bunch of games throughout the week, but I guess the main two I've been playing is the same one I've been playing last week, Assassin's Creed 2 off the Ezio trilogy or Ezio collection, whatever you want to call it. Fun game, and just like you were saying, Ted, just if you really love the game, you'll go back and play it again. I haven't played it in a few years. Playing it again, enjoying it. It's really between this one and Brotherhood.
I liked all three of them. I honestly liked all three. Like I know, like I don't know, like people hated on it, but like I liked all three. I mean, 2 is like the best, but like I really enjoy I mean, everything from Istanbul, Constantinople to like you playing like the other place, Venice, and all the other small. I just liked them all. I couldn't get enough of that world, so I enjoyed them.
It's just so fun. Like every time I play it, I always go at least 1-2 hours into that game. And then the other game I decided to pick up this week I dusted it off of my backlog this week since I haven't played it in so long. But I had to because they announced the 48 new tracks coming. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. What else?
Let's get down, all of us. Matt, get your Switch and let's get on some Mario Kart.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I would love to do
I'll
that.
Be moral support. I'll play Need for Speed 2006.
Come on.
Dude, honestly, hey, resident, no longer Switch hater, I guess. Previous Switch hater. Mario Kart 8 is one of the greatest games I've ever played. Like,
I heard great things.
It's a great racing game.
Everything you've heard, it doesn't do it justice. It's near perfect. Like,
yeah, I'm definitely gonna be pre-ordering this expansion. I don't know if I'm gonna do it the actual just DLC by itself, or if I'm gonna do the expansion pack on the
DLC
Switch.
by yourself. Like, I mean,
I don't know, man. It sounded kind of tempting.
Don't encourage them to continue that thing, because then they're gonna keep putting more and more stuff on there. Just buy what you want to buy. Like, the Nintendo 64
just after all that praise, you said it's near perfect. That's a very reason
no.
They didn't...
Yeah, but he's not a Switch hater. He's a Nintendo hater.
I say the game is near perfect. I'm talking about like that. Yeah. The Switch Power Pack service is stupid and bad and not worth $50. Like,
no,
like
it's not.
They can't even steal other emulators from other people correctly. Like, come on, they can't even emulate their own games. It's so bad.
That's kind of bad. But like you said before, Finest, the Switch was not made for N64 emulation. It just can't handle. It can't handle the online. That's why the online service is so bad. But they're trying to make it better with this. So we'll see what happens. And with that being said, this is going to do it for the Game and Watch podcast, episode number 75. Be sure to follow us on all our media platforms. For Ted, Teditor, Matt Blisspod, F-Man, ROVG, RView Gaming. This is Justin Reed, aka Too Tall for You Fool, saying so long. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Tune in next week for another show. Later.
See you later.